On this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
Did you say Belle?
Yes. Oh no.
After chasing down their other leads,
you were leaving a hoity-toity party and were assailed on your exit down by a bunch of leadsmiths, and they got absolutely shreked. Tomorrow, you got a date with the public hanging of Rhangyl Foruza.
His destiny's gonna end or continue.
Micah's angels regroup with Phoebe.
Anything important you learned?
Oh, might be a terrorist attack.
What?
We do fear a potential terrorism attack.
What do you mean?
The host, Tumend, mentioned her plan to get a conscripted army for Alkenstar.
It's not that she said there is a specific plan, but it was something that she said that got us thinking. In order for the people to be more accepting of the policy, something has to happen to make them feel not secure.
And get ready to save Rhangyl Foruza from his fate.
The hot sun beats down on the worn cobblestones of the bridge. A large wooden platform topped with a hangman's noose is situated along the bridge's northern side. A symbol of crossed guns, the badge of the shield marshals, is etched onto the wood of the platform.
We're granting a stay of execution.
Back it up, you stupid illiterate yokel.
Now.
You guys got anything you're trying to make? Anything you're trying to do? Anything you want to do?
I do.
Okay.
I have a mini I want to paint.
What type of mini is it?
Big.
Oh.
It's a secret from y'all.
A secret.
Oh, okay.
It's for Skull and Shackles.
Is it an
fun.
$19?
It is not, because I already have one of those from
And those don't exist in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, even though
this is first
Skull and
edition.
Shackles
They
is
did.
first.
They did exist before the remaster.
I've been really enjoying painting the minis that I have. I've just hit the problem now that I have to start getting paint. And paint,
Yeah.
it's a bit expensive.
Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying it because it's super fun.
He likes the contrast paints the most because you just kind of put it on there and it slides into all the cracks and crevices and does its own thing.
It's easier than traditional miniature painting, so I like it.
Fair enough.
But you get to create
Slide
something,
to the
which is
cracks.
nice.
Yeah.
I painted a mini when he did his mini. It was fun.
What was it that you did? Was it an elf?
It was either an elf or a human little guard. I liked it because it had a giant spear and a shield. I was really looking for like a melee character with a cool weapon. It just happened to be a human in that case.
Okay. Fair enough.
I liked the giant spear. It had like a really thick, chunky point. It looked like a sword attached to a stick, more like than a spear. So it was unique to me.
Is there anything else you're trying to do, Kat?
I've been working on my tablet finally. On a break I had from work, I picked it up. I drew a little cat that looked like some middle schooler drew their warrior's cat persona, so it was fun.
Need to draw yourself a real ass persona.
I've
Purple cheetah.
I do enjoy sewing and all that. I try to do that during some of my off time because sewing isn't one of those hobbies that's really easy to put away. You lay out great big patterns and things like that. And so taking it out when you have to lay out big things can take a very long time. It's not a very portable hobby. Like say my sister crochets. You can port that thing around in a bag. You know, depending on if it's not like a bed-sized blanket. But if I could have my dream house, I'd have a sewing room.
Have you ever thought about taking up crocheting?
It causes extreme wrist pain
wrist
for
thing,
me.
yeah.
My sewing is tough enough, but I can mostly use my arm. I don't actually have to use repetitive wrist movement. I can crochet. Yeah. I've made a scarf before, and it was fairly decent. It got bad when my wrist started to hurt.
Yeah, I bet.
Repetitive motion strain can make hobbies interesting because a lot of artsy stuff requires that. I've done a lot of art from inside of a brace. I actually did a pointillism picture in high school completely left-handed.
Oh.
Because that was
fun.
Very close to my surgery at the height of my pain. And because it was pointillism, it really didn't matter. I was able to make out the basic outlines with my wrist because it was just a pencil outline and then the rest was all points. So.
Derek,
What?
Anything you're trying to make? Anything you're trying to finish? Anything you're trying to paint?
I don't have time for painting and crafty stuff right now, bro.
What do you do when you have time? I talked about my when I have time stuff.
This is about what you want to do, dog.
Man, there's so many projects, and like I like to make scale models of aircraft, and I have like a backlog of them. But like that backlog is behind my Lego backlog, which is behind my other project backlog. So like if I had a free week, I would do basically the same thing I do right now, which is coding, but it would be on my coding project backlog. Like I have an app that I'm working on. I have an app that I'd like to rewrite. I have servers that I need to reconfigure. Boring projects, but
that's creating of a sort.
Oh, it's very creative.
Yeah, you're creating things. You're just creating apps instead of like artistic works.
It is writing. It is creative writing. It's just you're talking to a computer. For those who don't know, we actually have an app that we use whenever we're recording. I wrote it for running D&D stuff. That's just a little soundboard you load up onto a tablet.
We have the world's oldest Kindle Fire.
Yep, it is written in React Native and designed to work on this ancient Kindle Fire from 2017, and it does its job admirably. I'd love to rewrite it for more modern stuff. I made a valiant effort before starting this podcast. Actually, the version we're using now is a rewritten version of the app that I started in 2021, right before we did the podcast, and I got it stable, and then the podcast happened, and I haven't touched it since. And then like I also have a name generator app that I've become particularly fond of.
That's a work of art.
It is a beautiful work of art. That one actually I'm getting close to being able to release one of these days. Other than that, like crafty stuff, yeah, I do like scale model planes, and this is the reason why I'm not allowed to do Warhammer, because I would go off the deep end.
Kind of, yeah.
If I ever got a 3D printer, me and Jacob would probably start playing the war game Bolt Gun, or not Bolt Gun, that's a video game, Bolt Action. It's a World War II tabletop war game, and I could 3D print a lot of the units.
3D printers would also be dangerous.
3D printers. The first thing I'd do with one is just like make 3D print all the pieces to items that I've like broken or missed. That'd be the first thing I'd do with it. Like I have this file container that is missing its lid latch. And I would just 3D print a latch real quick.
Not gonna lie, every once in a while, when we get a gift card from doing an Epic Games thing,
you think about one?
I think about a 3D printer. I just sit there, I'm like,
you shouldn't have told me that.
Not worth it probably, but maybe worth it, could be, but no.
Well, you don't, you'll go off the deep end and you know it.
Oh, we wouldn't have enough money for me to go off the deep end. Don't worry about that. You still gotta pay for filament.
Don't tell me that, man. I don't need to be thinking about 3D printers.
No, sir.
I have listen, I told you my project backlog is deep and wide. And like all this project stuff sits on the top of my it'd be nice to play video games for more than 2 hours on like a random weeknight backlog. I have built up a Steam library, especially since getting the Steam Deck, of games to play when I have free time. That like I will be set for when I retire.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to get to it. Thankfully, we've been able to play Helldivers, though. Helldivers is fun.
Helldivers is super fun.
Yeah.
You guys sound like you're having a good time when you play.
Oh, yeah.
Helldivers sits in the place that Payday 2 once sat.
That is very honored.
I feel like it's a little early for me to say that, but it feels this. I get the same high from it. The problem with Payday 2 is so much came out and I did the things I wanted to do 600 hours into it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm done. And so it doesn't matter what all else comes down. I did the things I wanted to do.
Normally by the time we get to a multiplayer game, it's like not at the beginning of its, high time. So we're just playing it for the fun of it, which is great. But it's nice to be playing Helldivers while things are happening.
Yeah. This episode's going to come out in like June. But right now, the automaton invasion has just kicked off.
Yep.
Joel.
I could be wrong, but I have a feeling Helldivers will still be going strong by then.
I hope so. A lot of people
seems
really
to have
like
a lot of steam.
It's a 4-player co-op game, so those games, multiplayer-wise, last way longer than normal multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Because you only need 4 people to make a match, so it can live on for a long time.
It's part of the reason why Warframe still does as well as it does, because it's got very small squads.
Yeah.
It's the same reason Left 4 Dead, because Left 4 Dead in particular is like peer-to-peer. And you can play it with like 2 people in AI. So I love Left 4 Dead.
Even in a way, what's the pirate game?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. You don't have to have a lot of people on the server for it to be engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can play it.
I would dare say that it's more fun whenever you have less people.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Reapers.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Sea of
Loathe
Thieves
them.
became shit game, unfortunately.
Sea of Thieves in like 2019 was fire.
If it's your kind of thing, you really like it. And for a while, it was our thing, but then we lost. We changed, I think.
Also, the gameplay shifted.
If you look at it, they're still updating it. They're still adding new things. The content creators of it really like it. It's just not the same because I don't like losing my stuff to people better than me.
Yeah.
It
felt like all the people who played PvP mode now play PvE as Reapers. And as soon as you have like stuff there on your case, where it used to be the PvP element and the PvE or the normal world was very, you have to choose it.
Yeah.
And it was fun to fight and people did it because it was fun to fight, not for like optimizing it. And then when we came back and played it, 2022 or whatever, people were there to win, not just to play. Because we used to play and you'd have ship fights for 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would be fun.
Yeah.
And then now it's like you just try to avoid fighting because the moment you have to fight a Reaper, it's like over like that and they sink your ship. And it's so
and
not
they're
fun.
always so toxic.
Yeah.
It's like the way the game worked changed in a way.
It's less what the way it worked and more so what it encouraged.
Yeah, yeah. There used to be a sense of honor. If you were playing a tall tale, people would leave you alone.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes,
It felt like that most of the time,
sometimes when you wanted to fight, you just fought.
Oh, I got another project that I'm working on. It's my Satisfactory Factory right now.
There you go. That's a project.
There it is.
That is a project.
That is a work of art.
I don't know if I've talked about this game on the podcast much before, but Satisfactory was made for me specifically.
It is a U-shaped hole.
Yeah. They may as well written my name on the Steam store page.
I have looked over Jacob's shoulder. Yes.
I love that game.
You got to have a certain interest to enjoy that game. And we do.
Travis at work was talking about one of he considers really fully beating Satisfactory is producing the golden nut.
What?
It's a thing.
It's a trophy you can buy.
From the sink.
Yeah.
And to get it, you have to make like
a lot
of stuff.
You have to get 1,000 tickets, but every ticket you get makes the next ticket harder to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every item that you put in has a certain amount of points, and the more difficult the item, the more points you get. So you basically just got to feed into it a bunch of high-tier things to get 1,000 tickets.
Motherfucker.
You have to make an incredibly concentrated effort to get the golden nut. And if I wasn't so busy with stuff, I could see myself falling into that trap.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
But the nice thing about Satisfactory, golden nut aside, is as a video game, it has a very definitive end point, which not a lot of games I like do. Like Helldivers, you rank up all the way, but you still play. There's no end point, right? Satisfactory, you clear the last milestone, you're done.
And soon there'll be an even better end point because there'll be a story.
Yeah.
When it full releases sometime this year.
That's nice. Doesn't matter for me. I love that game so much. Anyway, we've talked about my projects. Drow, do you have a project that you're interested in right now?
Trying to finish this 3D model.
Yet another one?
Yes. I made a canid base off of something that I had made previously that was already rigged up to have like a headpiece and like a loincloth that had fizz bones, so it would kind of have fabric and beads that moved.
Fizz bone.
Yes.
Bones. I want this model boneless.
I know what fizz is. I know what bone is.
So you want a pile of mushy flesh?
Just utterly unusable model because it's got no bones.
Ain't got no bones on me.
It sits in the background.
And whenever I deleted some of the bones for like the headdress and the loincloth, they just became there were rogue vertices because they were unweighted, and it only showed up now, so I got to go in and tweak basically every single one to see where the issue is.
Better watch out for those vertices. They go rogue.
I just completed my craft project.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
fixed your
did. I
phone?
just watched you do it.
the start of this episode, my phone started messing up, and the lock button wouldn't lock, and the solution was basically bang on it until it works, and I've done it with my hands.
Yeah.
I banged on it quietly under the table. Yes,
It seems
project
as though
done.
it's done that. I
Jacob
wonder
has
if you
completed
knocked,
something.
like dust loose or something.
What it is from what I understand, it got stuck.
got stuck?
It just got
Okay,
stuck from average wear and tear, and you had to bang it loose.
Okay,
And,
fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, I've had this phone since. When did Google Pixel 6 come out?
I mean, that's been like 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yeah, like it's been a hot minute. I'm gonna give myself a Tic Tac as a that's 3 as a reward.
I know we're running long on the banter here, but as someone who likes to just take on work without any consideration towards what I'm trying to already do, is there any projects that you want to do, like not actively working on, but would like to do in the future?
Oh, actually, yes. Another, because I like to plan ahead for things even if they will never happen. And at this point, I'm worried Skull and Shackles is going to be like that because I've started painting miniatures for it and all that. I want to actually build a take-apartable, dismantleable, there we go, that's a good word,
Piecemeal?
pirate ship that is like to scale for you guys to play on.
Ooh.
So that like even if you go from floor to floor, I can like have that. But I also want it to be layered so that not that you could use it on its layer, but I would like to store it in a way that makes it look like a pirate ship, you know? There are things like this online. I just have to figure out how to do it and if I am not lazy enough to do it.
Okay.
Very cool.
I got one. I finally built one of my dream cosplays. I built the yellow Sophie dress. If I were willing to put in the hours and potentially hundreds of dollars, I would build the dream, a Belle princess dress, the yellow gold ball gown.
And not the horrible one that Hermione had.
No. They let Emma Watson get her filthy hands on that dress and turned it into Hermione's dress, and I hate it. I'm sorry you didn't make a bad Belle. I just hated your dress more than
You made a
anything
bad
in this
Belle.
universe.
Your voice sucks
Hermione, if you're watching this,
Because she totally watches our podcast.
listen, you don't know.
You ruined her dress.
Listen, you never know.
The
ruined her
only
dress.
thing
You
that
had
was
to be
right was the
auto-tuned.
color. That was the only thing that was right. And
Your
you know
doll
what makes
had
it
a
terrible?
7 head.
Is that everything else they did was great. Like the blue and white dress, it looked like it came out of a Broadway show or something. The extra detail was nice, but no, she had to ruin. But that's what I would do. I would make the Belle dress because I was saying in the podcast last week how I miss having another fancy dress in my life, and it would be another fancy dress in my life.
Did you say Belle?
Yes. Oh no.
It's no wonder that her name is
Drow would say I should
Beauty.
work on my fursona.
I think that'd be funny.
You could have a Belle persona.
You could put your persona in Belle's dress.
Now I want to vomit. Because it would clash. Purple and yellow kind of eh.
It doesn't have to stay yellow.
As if it's Belle's yoke.
Could dye it.
No. It's got to be Belle's dress. It's like say you could have a frozen dress but green. That don't work.
You could.
No.
You could call it weed.
No. Weeds and
Gonna toke.
we saw the best video earlier today
Oh,
on that
God.
regard. It was Donald Duck singing Let It Go and
That was spicy.
He couldn't-
Enjoyed that one a lot.
Every high note that was
Voicing
held
this
out.
couldn't do G, and it just turned into screaming.
It was the
wonderful.
screams for the high notes were kind of glorious, not gonna lie. And the whole time the Donald Duck animation waddled in the dress. So it was a mixture between waddling and the hip sachet, and it was kind of glorious.
that was someone's craft project that they're proud of.
Yeah.
They deserve to be proud of that. We are
anyway,
so
centuries
random.
before.
Anyways, 20-meter radius, centuries before the Starstone was raised, the Wizard King's necks and kept ward with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable magic wasteland. I'm not gonna lie, the last 5 minutes I've been looking at 3D printers. From the glowing lashes of the Mana Waste, there was Alkenstar, the city of smog. No idea what you guys were talking about. A metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders. They're not as much as I thought they were.
No, they're
To the world,
shockingly cheap.
Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds.
Don't do this.
On the streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for 3D printers, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar.
Don't do the
Alkenstar.
music. Stop. I just remembered a craft project I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
I want to 3D print and paint a Catan board
Okay.
and put magnets in it so they can be put together. That was my first interest in painting things.
You are correct.
Just like
One
if
of
anyone
your
wants a
Corridor
reference,
Digital people did one.
Corridor Digital.
And that got you into
Corridor
it.
Crew did it on like 2 episodes. Wonderful. I loved it, and I want one. Now you can start.
Outlaws.
Down.
Down, bow, 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 down, bow.
At first, I thought you were playing like no one died except for the hobgoblins.
Bruh.
They died so hard.
of
Oh,
them
man.
died.
So many hobgoblins died last episode. 6 hobgoblins were hurt in the making of this episode.
As they should be. Goblins aren't real people.
Oh!
Gomacus.
Nah. He's a beloved pet.
When we last left our brave band of adventurers, you were leaving a hoity-toity party and were assailed on your exit down by a bunch of leadsmiths, and they got absolutely shreked. And I want to have words with the adventure writer who said, you know what? 20-meter radius, 6 enemies. Whoa, creature -4 be upon ye. Or at least I think for a normal party, there's supposed to be 8 right now, and it wouldn't be as bad, but you'd also have 4 people, so it balances out the same. Either way, I hate running 6 enemies. I hate it so much. It's puh.
And they're not even 6 different unique enemies. They're all the same.
Yeah, I hate it. You guys looted their stuff off air, got some cash.
Fuck yeah.
Jacob wants every last coin because we missed out.
Yeah, you've missed out, and you also paid for Mugland. We've been measuring gold in terms of Muglands now.
500 gold is 1 Mugland.
1 Mugland.
You did the scatter guns wrong.
I did.
Scatter 10 feet. Scatter always has an area listed with it indicating the radius of the spray. On a hit, the primary target of the attack with the scatter weapon takes the listed damage, and the target and all other creatures within the listed radius take 1 point of splash damage per weapon die.
Oh no.
You are doing full damage. It doesn't matter.
It really
made the encounter-
doesn't matter.
It made me really excited because I thought I could get this for Chester, but it's actually just kind of a suckier version of a bomb.
The encounter
They're very
would have been
shitty.
even easier.
Honestly,
Wow.
and it's not any different than 1E. Scatterguns sucked
Suck,
ass
yeah.
in
They
1E,
suck.
and they suck in 2E.
You just can't make them good without making them horrendously overpowered.
Yeah,
Precisely.
I
It's
get it.
one or the other.
They just suck. Buy a musket or a pistol.
Yeah. Get it-
Pistol,
get that-
even pistols are fine.
Get that musket.
Anyway, but you guys slaughtered the leadsmiths, and you're heading out the end of the night for this day. Tomorrow, you got a date with the public
Destiny.
hanging of Rhangyl Foruza.
His destiny's going to end or continue.
I'm a little surprised we didn't fight Mr. Cyclops.
Yeah, he seems to have buggered off.
He sure did.
But yeah, you guys, you deal with the loot, you shove their corpses onto the floor, you go down,
Yeah.
elevator goes off, and you leave the building.
Well, that's what the elevator sounded like last time we got off. Am I wrong? I thought it honked last time we got off.
Here, I'll take care of it for you. I'll take care of it for you. Boom.
That's not an elevator.
How am I supposed to flashbang you guys by opening and closing the door?
That's an ugly harpy.
She's very beautiful to me.
I took you to the cover of book 2, and now they're on the cover of book 3.
She's a black screen.
Oh, really?
yeah,
I
we just
can't
have black
see it.
screen.
I don't
No
see
token.
no cover. Show me the screen, Derek. Ah.
Show me the money!
Okay,
Look
but that's
at
a really cool screen.
Oh, but like also look at the border, which is steampunk pistols.
Pretty sick, yeah.
That is pretty,
pretty sick.
That's so sick. I'm about to go throw up.
That's Drow's line.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm appropriating your culture.
Drow doesn't say I'm about to throw up. Drow just throws up.
Oh, that's fair.
That's their thing.
Look at how just nastily that rogue is ripping apart that undead.
I like that they show that even in the world of magic, your swords are still totally viable and cool.
Like, I know magic doesn't get a flanking bonus, but that sorceress and that rogue are flanking.
They're flanking.
Some spell do.
Well, maybe touch spells? Do touch spells get flanking bonuses?
If it's a melee attack.
That's neat. I never really thought about that.
I think acid.
You hung on ass for
Not
way
acid.
too long.
slash-
Way too
It's gouging claw, I think.
I
Okay.
cast ass.
Well, it's the freaky video where he starts that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Uncharted. His Uncharted ones.
That's
All right.
Let's see. Zoom back in.
Let's get in.
What do you guys
If you
want to do?
can't tell, this is the third episode we've
We
recorded
could just
today.
go ahead and sell the stuff that we got. Yeah, we have the lasso and the scatter guns and breastplates to sell.
Yep.
Opinions? We do that?
Can we just do that? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
You
We do that.
You
I
take
will-
them to the 24-hour Alkenstar Mart.
Beautiful.
The 24-hour A Mart.
Hey, Mart. All right, so if I sell self
Alkenstar Costco, where all your gears come true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a Costco?
We go to Sam's Club.
I've been to
I
a
have
Costco
been
before.
to a Costco, though.
I've never been to a Costco.
Listen, you want to go to Sam's Club one
I've
day?
been to Sam's Club.
Oh, okay.
Not
I
Costco.
gotcha. Well, they're basically the same.
Costco is like a
That's what I
slightly
figured.
fancier Sam's
I
Club.
want to go to a BJ's. And not because the funny name, haha, sex joke, but I want to go because they're supposed to have trail mix that I really want. They brought it to work one time. Somebody did their shopping for work snacks at a BJ's, and they got this awesome trail mix.
What was in it?
Chocolate, nuts, and trail mix stuff. I don't know what it's called. It's a picture way back somewhere on my phone, which I can now lock
You
and
do know that
unlock
there's
at
a
will.
BJ's like
Yep, we have
right
to have a
over
membership.
there.
Yeah, you can't
Just
go
get
in
you
without
a membership.
I don't
buy
wanna-
like 37 things of that.
And then cancels it. Buys a
thing to do
membership, buys 40 boxes of trail mix, hits the gritty, leaves.
All right,
Never
so
comes back.
Lawbringer's Lasso at 1,000 silver pieces. 6 plus 1 Dwarven Scatter Guns at 450 silver pieces because base silver. You hack! 6 breastplates at 80 silver pieces. All being sold will net us as a group 2,090 silver pieces, which is 209 gold pieces.
Okay, that's
Okay.
not too bad.
That's almost half a Mugland.
And then that's like,
fuck up.
That's honestly,
That's almost half a Muglin.
divided by 4. Everybody gets 52 gold pieces,
That's a pretty decent little haul.
Okay.
2 silver pieces, and 5 copper pieces.
Thank you.
Going to go to Alkenstar Hobby Lobby and get some like things to craft,
You know it.
some minis to paint.
It was 52 gold.
Hobby Lobby is run by Norkabarites.
Alkenstar Hobby Lobby would be run by some halflings. And they, what is it? The weird thing with Hobby Lobby, they don't have barcodes, or they didn't have barcodes for forever, so they had to punch in things manually.
Ugh.
Hobby
Why
Lobby
would
is
the
weird.
place do that?
Because barcodes are the mark of the beast. I'm not even joking.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, because there's like a lot of people. That's, yeah.
Well, let's just move on before we get weird.
I wish
I don't
was
think that we could get much
joking.
weirder than
I
that.
wish you were joking.
Chester is significantly richer than he was.
I like having more money.
And you going to buy stuff before your next gig?
You don't want to ask me that because I'll spend too long buying things.
Let's not.
How much dosh you got, Chester?
79 gold pieces.
Oh.
I got 260.
Oh!
76.
I've been saving up for my next weapon or armor upgrade.
Buy skier? How much money you got?
117 gold, 169 silver,
Oh.
and 8 copper.
You said you had 200 gold, Eleanor?
260.
Weapon potency plus 2 is 900 gold.
But that's also not till level 11.
10.
10.
Item
Okay.
10.
That's why I'm saving.
Wow.
Swouse.
It's like the only item that means anything to me. That or an armor upgrade.
And the armor one's even more.
Yeah.
Armor potency plus 2 is 1,060, which is not as big a jump from the difference between our weapon potency 1 and armor potency 1 is massive. But it's not as bad for armor.
So are we on our way to a hanging?
Not yet. We have to sleep first. Or we'll go back to Phoebe, probably report what we learned.
We do that.
Because honestly, the idea that there's probably going to be a potential terrorist attack is a slightly big deal.
It's like I came up with that, but I like to think that maybe
Honestly,
Eleanor comes up with that too.
like the way this could be a Derek thing as a DM, but the way it was kind of dropped in there feels like a hint because
Yeah,
that's
it
something
felt like if I made a prediction, we got a hint.
that feels
Yeah.
like something that would have come up
Hey,
between
don't make it
her
sound
and
like I
Loveless.
can't predict stuff.
You're the one who made it sound like
You're
that.
the only one who feels this way about you.
Yeah.
I know. It sucks to
Don't
have
blame me for
anxiety.
your insecurities.
But yeah, I guess we'll head back to the bar. I guess you already have your second invisibility potion.
Yeah, I've got an invisibility potion and I've got my rune.
Should we buy another invisibility potion? Because that's a fast shopping trip.
I don't. I mean, if you want to, you can. I don't think Chester doesn't think we need to.
I got mad
If I remember, the plan for the hanging is Psycheer goes invisible, walks up behind the guy, and bags him before anyone can notice it. Just like shoop, and then runs off, and we have to let him out within 10 minutes. He has been warned that something will happen, and to not.
I can
fight
cause a
it.
distraction if needed.
Hopefully, we won't need it.
That's what I'm saying. If needed, and for that, I need to be visible.
I considered buying myself like an armor rune, but the simple fact is, I don't think I can wear that armor until I have one more better strength.
Oh,
You're going to get that whenever you get your ability boosts?
Maybe, but I also might get a new weapon when I get that, because there's a gun I've been looking at that I can't use because it has kickback, but once I get 12 strength or 14 strength, I won't have to worry about the kickback.
Ooh.
you mean like the
Jezebel. Or
Giselle.
The Jezebel.
kickback? You mean like the Chainsaw Man OST?
Is this some anime bullshit?
Yes, Chainsaw Man is anime.
Let me live.
This Chainsaw Man has its advantages and disadvantages. This is banter. We're in a game. We go back to the bar. I have no plans to buy anything.
You go back to the bar and do you do anything?
We inform Phoebe of these new updates and our predictions and fears.
Does Eleanor do it?
Yes.
Chester reaches behind the bar, grabs a bottle of milk, and walks into the back
Why would
room.
they have milk behind the bar?
I'm gonna take it from him.
Always ask for milk, okay?
It would be in the refrigerator because it goes
Look,
bad.
He goes behind it and grabs it from the refrigerator.
I'm going to try
Eleanor
and
is
stop
going
him.
to.
Are we just gonna have a
inform
fight in
her.
the bar?
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why I divorced you.
Well, you know what?
Cry about it.
I will.
Good. You broke my heart.
While they're arguing, Eleanor pulls Phoebe aside
Chester.
and tells her about
I'm
everything.
going to take Slick.
During their moment of post-marital strife.
Duck Slick constantly. Galby won't even look. It's like my poor lizard.
Well, it sounds like you guys been busy. How was the food?
Delicious.
It was actually pretty good.
They had roasted peacocks.
Yeah, it's real dope.
Peacock?
Yeah.
And grapes.
I didn't know you could even roast a
Fancy
peacock.
grapes.
If it's a bird, you can roast it. One day I want to try penguin.
What's a penguin?
Don't worry about it.
Grapes,
Wait.
peacocks. Was any of the art good or is it all weird stuff?
I mean,
Actually, the art was
it's
fantastic.
pretty neat. It looked good.
That's a little judgmental to say.
Anything important you learned?
Oh, might be a terrorist attack.
What?
This is why I don't talk.
So his bottle of milk. No, you can have it. I'm sorry.
We do fear a potential terrorism attack.
A terrorist attack? What do you mean? Like,
The host, Tumend, mentioned her plan to get a conscripted army for Alkenstar.
yeah, she has been pushing for a bill from what I heard, but it's not a very popular idea. People feel pretty secure.
Yet, she's worked with Miss Loveless. Eleanor spits to the side.
Not on the floor.
Not in my milk.
No.
And would you not see it past that bitch to use her power to
You thinking-
do a
You said the
terrorist
bitch
attack?
word.
Eleanor said that word.
Well,
And I've been waiting to call her that as Eleanor for forever.
Okay, fair enough.
Eleanor says bitch. Chester gurgles milk in surprise.
Please excuse my crass language, but she deserves it.
It's not that she said there is a specific plan, but it was something that she said that got us thinking that in order for the people to be more accepting of the policy, something has to happen to make them feel not secure.
What better way to make people feel insecure than to cause a massive explosion?
Do you think Loveless is gonna do something? Is she working with two men to make some sort of attack?
It was the impression that the conversation gave us.
Not with Tumen, though. We think Tumen's like pretty legit. Tumen's just concerned and loves Alkenstar. And whether you agree with the whole conscription thing or whatnot, she means well, it seems. We just think Loveless has taken advantage of this and is going to do things that Tumen probably doesn't know about.
If this got Loveless more power and influence, wouldn't she do it?
That's a good point.
So I'd say keep an eye on Tumen as far as she's related to Loveless, but we don't think she's guilty of anything. At least not as far as we could tell.
Currently, no.
We also have her most recent correspondence and a vague location. She was in Nex.
Was she in Nex?
Meeting with somebody from
Yes,
Nex.
meeting.
Ebrium, right?
Yeah.
I see. Well, what's your next lead?
A dead man? Not yet.
A man who's
What?
about to die.
Going to try and see if we can prevent dead men tell no tales from becoming true.
Well, I mean, it's probably a spell for that.
I gotcha. Well, let me
You
know how
don't
it
know
goes.
that. I'm the one who magics.
But yeah,
All right, well, let's get to it. Sounds like you got a busy day tomorrow. All right, and then she'll take Chester's milk, put it back in the fridge.
he drank it, thank you very much.
There's a bottle.
He wants strong bones.
You know, if Phoebe were smart, she would put out decoy bottles for him.
One day he's going to pick one up, it's just going to be empty, it'll be
Or
too late.
water.
Or just water.
Yeah, like just
One of these
decoy
days, you're
bottles.
gonna grab like the chocolate milk, and it's gonna have like
Yes.
a laxative in it.
Pepto-Bismol.
And Chester's gonna be, like, oh no!
And
This
all
is worse than the
Chester's
chili. Oh wait.
But would Chester even realize it? Because if he had chili, Gattleby's chili, then would he even realize it?
Gotta be chili, don't hurt me like this.
Chester was raised on a ranch. He's used to spicy foods.
Then isn't he used to milk?
Well, not
Or
laxatives.
He's not lactose
Do you
intolerant.
eat lots of ranch dressing on a ranch?
I don't think ranch dressing
Ugh.
exists. Ah, ranch dressing. Ah, ah, ah. Ow! That was knee slapping. Good. As you can tell, this is the third episode we've. This is all day.
Let's go keep a man from dying.
All right, so
Let's
you go.
sleep
Can we
first.
fucking sleep?
You
yeah.
rest. You get your.
I don't need to rest. I just need to be healed.
You rest. You get your cash.
I'll use my spells to heal you before we sleep.
Thank you.
All right, and you know, he's going to be hung at noon on the old bridge on the morrow. So you know where this is. Why don't I take you to a map?
I have. I've got.
You've got
Power?
that. You've got that.
How long does the invisibility last? Is it 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yes.
Okay. So I've got that. I've got 10 minutes on my spell that'll shunt me 500 feet.
Oh, with somebody?
So I had a discussion with this while you guys were out at the target. If I would take somebody with me, spell fails.
Have you
He's
talked
in
about
a-
this spell?
This is the other high-level spell
Yes.
you took that you haven't told anybody about.
Yes. He is he's gonna be in another dimension. I'm just carrying a bag.
Oh.
Alrighty. So, you guys set out a little bit before 11. You go to the old bridge in Alkenstar.
This bridge looks familiar.
It's not the same one,
Uh-huh.
but it's similar. I think this is over the Ustrati.
What a weird shape for a bridge.
Before you go up there, even invisible, you should activate your hat of disguise just in case.
Look like the priest that you were.
I'm gonna make myself a Norgriberite.
Oh, a halfling.
Your
Can't
hated
be short,
enemy.
remember?
No, I'm gonna be
You're going to be
I don't think Norgribberites are ostentatious enough
a
to be.
human-sized halfling.
No. I'm trying to think about Shoma, an Ifrit adorned in Norgriberite garb.
Chester looks like an elf.
Actually, that sounds like a pretty cool disguise.
We should activate our disguises shortly before we get there, and he'll look like an elf.
What if I turn myself into a catfolk?
Then do that.
Does that mean Eleanor has a fursona?
Eleanor's already been a cat.
Exactly. What if she just makes herself look like she was as a cat person?
Ah! Chester throws an elixir on her again. Can you stop that?
So you come up to this bridge over the Ustrati. The water's rushing under it, and there's a pretty decent crowd gathered here. It's also kind of a marketplace on the bridge, so there's just a lot of people here in general. You can see there's probably something like 50 people waiting. You can see the hangman's platform here. And Hangman. Right on time, you see a wagon pull up with the Shield Marshal crest emblazoned on it. Make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Everyone?
no. 26.
And Psyche, you're visible.
Right now, yes.
And what was your disguise again?
An Ifrit.
Okay,
15 plus 8. No, not 18. 16. 31.
31.
Yeah, because I don't have my
I got
John activated.
I got a 24, and I was joking about the catfolk. I'll just make myself like a human or
Yeah,
something.
we should probably be a little inconspicuous.
Are you all had
Inconspicuous.
of disguise?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's your total, Chester?
31.
Eleanor?
24. 24.
Psyche.
26.
All of you notice that the 3 shield marshals that get out of the cart
Oh no. Are they the
have
same ones?
tattoos on their neck.
Yep. That's about right.
Sounds about right.
They have tattoos with a broken heart on their neck,
They're all ginger dwarves.
marking them as people under Loveless's squad.
We don't happen to see Loveless here, do we?
They also have their guns drawn, and then they pull out from the cart Rhangyl Foruza. Look at this guy.
Okay, let's look at him. Oh, that's a human.
I know the art is wrong. It was described to me as a gnome
Really?
in the book. The art is just wrong, and he looks like this art of this random dude looks like Eric Mona.
You need to be nice right now.
Eric Mona is a cool dude.
Oh yeah, it's not the Eric. Well, it's not what he was described as.
It's not at
So
all.
he was. They literally. The description says a gnome,
Yeah.
and the picture that is labeled for him is human alchemist.
That's not fair. I want
What?
to see the gnome.
Very bizarre.
What?
I don't know. It's just a foundry module. The book says he's a gnome.
Oh, is there no picture in the book?
Oh, you know what? He's a
Did you
gnome.
use the
Oh,
wrong
thank
one?
God.
Is this the wrong picture?
Rhangyl Foruza, neutral good male human river merchant.
What?
What?
Hold on.
Did you give us the wrong name?
Is the gnome Dash?
Dash is different. Dash I got correct. Dash is different. No, I think I saw Rhangyl Foruza and it's just like, that's a fucking gnome name.
Oh, so you just.
Our Rhangyl Foruza is a gnome.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's just him, but short, and he has purple hair.
He has purple. It's a short, purple-haired Eric Mona.
A very short gnome looks shockingly human.
I don't know why I thought gnome.
But that screams gnome name.
I mean, Rhangyl Foruza, I could see.
That's a
thinking-
It
very
doesn't
gnome
sound
name.
yeah.
human name. It really doesn't.
If
Especially
it was,
when like other humans are like.
If it was a human man in Outlaws of Alkenstar, it would be like John Gearington.
My name is Jimothy
Alkenstar.
Smith.
In Outlaws of Alkenstar, you play as John Alkenstar.
Like Phoebe Dunsmith isn't human, but there's more normal names.
In a quest to save your city from
Nuclear bombs.
capitalism and corrupt police.
Capitalism.
It doesn't sound very
Corruptible.
democratic
So
to
it's a
me.
gnome in the
And-
same outfit.
500 kilogram bombs.
Anywho,
We could write a Max Art adventure about
Stop.
Outlaws of Alkenstar. Anyway, short purple-haired Eric Mona and hops out of the cart. I've ruined the seriousness of this scene with my own inability to read.
just wait until
You're
things start
fine.
happening. The seriousness will come back.
So one of them one of the shield marshals has the gun trained on Mr. Foruza, and the other 2 are leading the way
That's rude.
as they go forward. The crowd parts for them.
This might be your chance.
I'm honestly thinking that I'm going to have him drop down, except instead of hanging, I'm just going to be invisible, holding the bag up underneath.
So he falls into
So
the
he
bag.
falls into it, yeah.
But how are you going to detach the rope from his head?
If I close it, it'll do it.
Really?
Shouldn't it?
Well, if the rope
It's in
switches
two different
dimensions, would it break?
dimensions.
That is an excellent question. Jacob's staring into the air, thinking.
I'm thinking about the logistics of this because that's exactly what Derek might end up doing. So, are you going to stand beneath the platform or are you going to try and get like in front of the crowd and hold it like this? Because if you think about how some hangings happen, they don't usually go beneath the platform. They hang their feet just above the top of it.
They have a
Is
climbing
it-
speed.
Is it a trap door or is it a knock a stool down?
It's a trapdoor. You can actually see it on the map.
So they'll hang a little bit, but they won't fall beneath the trap door. So you'd have to like be on the platform to scoop upwards.
I'll do that.
Okay.
All right. The shield marshals, 2 of them, get up on the platform.
And I'm going to have the bag basically empty, except for the invisibility potion, which he'll take.
There's not like
Oh, I thought you
a
took that.
speech
No,
about
I have
how
my-
this man has
Your
committed
spell.
crimes and he must die.
My armor.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
You got the armor rune. Oh,
Yeah.
dope.
Oh. Okay. All right. So they put them up on the thing. Let me read some stuff.
Oh, wait, we should be out in the crowd, so gerp.
And I'm going to be paying
Yeah.
special attention to all of the guards to see if one of them looks like they're just going to shoot him point blank.
The hot sun beats down on the worn cobblestones of the bridge. A large wooden platform topped with a hangman's noose is situated along the bridge's northern side. A symbol of crossed guns, the badge of the shield marshals, is etched onto the wood of the platform. They carry him over, set him up on the noose. 2 of the shield marshals in front look like they have their guns out, watching the crowd for any suspicious suspicious activity.
Oh, I would have had my spell prepped by now, too.
Okay. You just tell me whenever you want to jump in here. They'll start. One of them pulls out a rap sheet and just says, Rhangyl Foruza, you are sentenced to death for first-degree murder of... Reads off all this crimes that he's done. What do you have to say for yourself? And he's just like, I didn't do it. I didn't do any of this.
So how far away is the guard from him?
They're all on the platform. The platform's like 10 by 10.
Okay. So I'm squished in there then.
Are you in there right now?
I gotta be, don't I?
So when did you get up on the platform? We need the details of this.
8.5 minutes before noon, so that I've got time.
How long does your invisibility last?
10 minutes, I think.
Here's how it could work. The moment the carriage pulls up, you drink the potion.
Activate the rune.
Mm-hmm.
You activate the rune, then you rush up to stand right beside where he would be on the platform, on the edge.
Yeah.
And then as they're walking up, you're already up there.
Yeah, okay.
Where
If
he would
he-
be hanging.
If he feels you, he's already in hysterics, and he says no one's gonna believe him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you are on the platform when they come up.
Yes.
Invisible rune. Alrighty.
Is there a crowd watching?
There is a crowd of like 50 people. I said that
Okay,
already.
okay, cool.
There we go. You are invisible. Make me a stealth check.
All right.
Is there anything we can do to cause a distraction?
Don't
Well,
draw attention.
I mean, we're disguised. Can I have an idea, if you don't mind,
Hero point.
to help?
You want to use a hero point on this roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay. Okay, so
Worth it. 13's better.
27 now.
total of 27.
And then there will be whatever happens with the invisibility.
What was your idea, Jacob?
I was going to throw fruit at them and cause a ruckus, but not angled at the shield marshals, but at the guy. But it would still draw their attention.
No, you could just stand in the crowd and be like that guy in the movie. Boo!
I was going to throw like tomatoes at him and stuff. And I would conveniently miss the hanging man because I'm just a normal civilian at -1 CR.
What if you hit like here?
Yeah, that's what I'd be afraid of.
Here's what I'm saying. I would miss him. I'd be aiming at the shield marshals.
Just
You know what?
not worth it right
All
now.
right.
I'll trust you guys to assess, but let's not.
All right, Psyche here with the 28
with
stealth,
that.
you are in place when they start coming up on the thing. Sorry, I didn't know you were going to do this. I asked to be interrupted whenever you were going to use this thing. So you are in place.
Mm-hmm.
You see them coming up. But you don't think you have enough room to be unnoticed. The platform is just too small. As they're walking up, I'm going to make a luck check. Unfortunately, all of them are going to be on the platform. I was going to see if some of them would sit in front to kind of keep the crowd at bay. So you think you can still stay either under the platform or you could try to hang around it, and I would need another check.
Could I try to do something to influence your luck roll?
What?
Chester will rush to the front and start angrily yelling at the man about how we don't need murderers. He's going to cause a ruckus like he's threatening the man. Try and get one of the guards to stay down to keep the crowd back.
What do you want to roll?
Let's see. I'm trying to manipulate the crowd, maybe get them angry as
Like,
well.
you filthy rotten murderer. We don't need your kind at Alkenstar.
Exactly.
Die.
So I think I could either roll a diplomacy, but truly I think society would be better because I'm trying to manipulate the crowd to getting into this.
It has to be something charisma based, so diplomacy, deception, something like that.
I could do it. I have a great deception. My deception is 8 plus 18.
The thing of it, if we had planned it ahead of time, yes. But this is something Chester is doing spur of the moment.
Like, what
can
if
also
I
do it.
say you start to do that and I notice and I join you?
Sure.
Aid.
Yeah, I could aid. Like, we don't need your kind out here threatening our children of Alkenstar.
You make us feel unsafe. Alkenstar is supposed to be a safe place.
All right, he starts
We don't
training.
like your
his
kind.
Gun on you, roll deception.
So,
You're gonna get
buff
fucking
me.
shot.
Buff me.
I got a natty 17.
Oh, that
Plus
would've been great.
18. That's a 35. But no, I said I was
That'll
doing
aid.
it.
Oh, no, we
Okay, fine. I got a 35 to aid you. What'd you roll?
Natural 20.
Oh.
Plus 11.
So 31.
Wait, plus my aid.
Plus the aid, which I believe is a +1.
One of them will shoot at your feet and then hop down on the platform and say, "Back it up, you ruffians." You illiterate yokels.
I ain't got nothing against you. It's that man I hate.
Oh, I thought you were yelling at the shield marshal.
No.
He's trying to get the
pointing at-
crowd to like ruffle forward towards the quote unquote murderer. That way the shield marshals don't want to hurt the crowd, but unless they want mob violence
In
happening,
that case, he'll shoot his gun
stop.
up in the air.
Yeah, in the air seems
Flag
like.
it up, you stupid illiterate yokel.
Have it again, skadabbit, dagnabbit.
Get on
Sakir,
out there.
you now have a spot to sit.
That's where I'll hang out then.
All right.
That wasn't a bad idea, Jacob.
Then they'll finish reading out the charges, and you will now be hanged
From the dead.
from the neck
Until dead.
And then he goes to pull the lever, Kronk.
I'm gonna, yep, slip it under his
Let's
feet.
roll initiative.
Okay.
Fuck me. Can I do stealth?
You
Absolutely.
would have to do stealth.
I rolled a crappy initiative.
Oh, I rolled a very good initiative.
Jester, what's your total?
36. Nope. 40. No, 38. Dang it, I'm so
Wow.
bad.
Jacob's doing math. Stealing another podcast joke.
Yep.
Sakir, 26.
Yes.
All right. Eleanor, what'd you
23.
get? 23. Oh, I wonder which one of these is Rhangyl. The plus 13 or the plus 0.
Uh-oh, Rhangyl.
All right, let's begin an encounter. All right, Chester, it's your turn. You continue just provoking.
To continue trying to draw their attention. If you won't, what I'll do is I'll treat this like an aid action. I'll spend an action to prepare to aid, and I'll use my diplomacy or as an aid for Sakir. I believe that's how aid actually works. I can double check, but otherwise
Oh,
I'm
you
not
want to
doing
spend two
anything.
actions or an action to aid?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you spend the action, and when it comes up, what you want to aid, we'll get to it then.
I think that's how it works in general.
Okay, so Sakir, are you waiting for the lever to fall or before then?
I'm trying to, as it happens.
So you have the bag in your hand already?
Yes.
All right.
Now that they have a square to themselves, that makes perfect sense.
It's your turn before the lever has been pulled. What are you going to do?
I'm going to postpone my turn.
Okay.
No, I need
You could.
all my actions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. It is Eleanor's turn. I assume you're also going to hold.
Yeah.
All right.
I can prepare to make some sort of a distraction if needed.
Cool. We'll get to that. As now the corrupt shield marshal's with the lever's turn. He pulls the lever, and Rhangyl immediately falls like a couple feet.
There's my cue.
And now you can take your turn.
Yes. I'm going to assume that snapping him up in the thing is one action.
I imagine you've been here ready.
Yes.
So one action to swoop him up in the bag.
And seal it, yeah.
Okay. One
and
action.
Then, hang on, let me look at this real quick.
Let's make a luck roll to see if that cuts the rope. Because I have no fucking clue if putting a rope in a other dimension and closing the bag cuts it, or if it just is still attached through the dimension. So let's see what happens. I'm afraid if it's yes, because then you could decapitate people like this, and that makes me scared.
That would be an argument
that would
against
be,
it.
I think that it would have to be unattended objects.
Well,
Still,
we've always said that Sakir keeps a dagger on them and has their claws.
the rope goes loose.
And then it turns
Luck
out it's
roll
a
is-
single action.
Luck roll is
But-
in your favor.
Sakir closes up the bag, huddles it to themselves, and then time warps around them invisibly, and they are 500 feet away.
So you cast your spell. Is it like a word you say or something like that?
They have to focus one last little bit to spread their fingers or whatever and allow it to snap them back.
And so all of a sudden you just poof, disappear. Sakir sees
invisibility.
walking backwards all the steps you've taken to get here, and then poof, you end back where you were 500 feet away.
But it's not really a teleport, it's like a time warp.
This is your
Yes.
new spell. Do you want to tell
This
the
is
audience?
called Rewinding Step. It takes 1 minute to cast, and it lasts 10 minutes. You anchor your location in time so that you can swiftly retrace your steps later with complex chronomancy.
Such a good word.
The space you're in when you cast your spell becomes your temporal anchor space. While you're within 500 feet of your temporal anchor space, you can spend a single action that has the concentrate trait to instantaneously return to that space. You don't need to have a line of sight.
Oh,
So
No line of
basically,
sight
you get
either?
to do Tracer's ability and Overwatch,
Yeah, but better.
but better. And you can't normally if the anchor space is occupied when you return to it, when you attempt to return to it, the blah 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 blah. The spell fails to transport you. It also says you can't bring another creature with you, but you're not bringing a creature with you.
In a bag.
He's in a bag.
Doesn't say
bringing
you
a
can't bring a bag.
You bamf back with the bag. Immediately, the shield marshals are like freaking out. What's this? What's this? Where'd he go? Is he under the thing? The rope's cut, sir. And they start looking around and it says, everyone stay still. And they point the guns at the crowd.
Does the crowd like start going nuts? Like, oh, what's going on? Oh.
Yeah, does the crowd stay there or is there a commotion?
There's got to be a commotion.
Because from your perspective, everyone out there, he dropped,
And disappeared.
disappeared. The rope dangles there.
And then Chester, unless we're still in turn initiative, he's going to just like fade back into the
Yeah.
crowd,
All
right.
blend in.
Like
You can
that
take your
gif of
turns
Homer
now.
Simpson fading into the bush.
If you want, make some stealth checks to get away from the crowd without being seen.
Oh, it's not good. 26.
26,
24.
24.
I realize this is going to be harder because we drew attention to ourselves.
No, not necessarily, because the whole goal was to rile up the crowds.
I'm sure it kind of worked. People come to a hanging for the drama and the
Oh,
gore.
yeah. They love to
I'll
yell and
say,
shake fists.
Psych, you're obviously away scot-free. The guy sees you and Eleanor trying to sneak back and is like, hey, you stay here until we find this guy. The other two are just like combing every inch of this platform, looking for him. We're out of combat now, and they can't find him. They think something happened and he's like hidden, but they like wave their hands. One of them says, we need to get back up. And basically, I think what it's going to be, because there's no way they're going to just like recognize you.
Yeah.
You're here for like an hour while they question people and like make a crime scene around it before they let you go.
We'll be
Wait, our disguises would...
We'll be the first. We'll volunteer to be the first ones questioned, so we're off their radar by the time the hour's up.
Oh, yeah, we could just
There's
be like...
also a
proof.
lot of people here, so if your disguises are about to lit up, you could like probably try to sneak away.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the weeds of it. You have successfully swooped out Rhangyl Foruza. Drow, do you have a room for a bottle cap? Because that was really good.
That was so good.
I don't think so. I don't.
Take a hero point.
Yay!
What about 2?
Hero point.
I tried, Drow. I thought it was
fair.
great. What a plan. Using your spell you've kept secret.
Yeah, Drow was setting this up a couple episodes ago, and I knew exactly what you were going to do, and I was like, I don't think there's any way I can stop this.
Your best bet would have been to making that rope a very important point, but even then,
You could have just cut the rope.
Yeah.
It would have been one round.
Yep.
Like one action cut the rope. And we've established so many times
do
that
we-
Psycheer keeps like a dagger or their claws for unarmed attacks.
Did we miss out on more treasure because we didn't fight this one either?
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
god, what?
Really?
One of the shield marshals had an item.
What?
You didn't have to ask that. I could have just kept
Oh
that
my
hidden
god.
forever.
Jacob, stop asking. It bothers you too much. It's cool to do it without
this
fighting.
Is important to know because this adventure path is punishing us for being clever and being sneaky.
I kind of agree, though.
Maybe Rhangyl will pay us. Maybe he has a
Maybe
hidden stash
Rhangel's-
somewhere.
Maybe Rhangyl pickpocketed the guard before.
Yeah, maybe
got
you did.
away.
Maybe you did.
Maybe the friendship of saving somebody's life was more valuable than the gold all along.
Nah.
no,
It's
I'm just
Always
kidding.
been
It's a
more valuable
gnome.
than gold, but I'm worried about balance.
Yeah, no, you just
Okay.
stop asking, Jacob.
Psycheer is
No, I
going
do.
Just don't ask.
I'm going to ask.
Psycheer is going to very quickly start awaying towards
The bar?
A rendezvous spot.
The bar's the safest
Yes,
place.
I don't think that they would have had the bar. I think it would have been Kasawana's place.
It's got to be somewhere you can get to in less than 10 minutes, too.
Could open it up and let him breathe.
Holy hell! I'm alive! He's had the rope around his neck as he's like following you.
Be still and know that I am with you.
Wait, are you that crazy person that talked to me in the jail cell? Not crazy, sorry, priest. I also had someone talking to me in my dreams, I think. Or did you talk to him in his dreams?
I talked to him in
Yep.
his dreams. I
All
warned
right.
him about
I
this.
couldn't tell if I was going crazy or if it was the priest. Man, I feel great. I feel like $1,000,000. Hey, can we go get pizza? I really want pizza.
Yeah.
Please. I have been in jail for like the better part of a week, thinking I was gonna die. Can we go get pizza? I know this place.
Afterwards.
Please. Do you need to wait for something?
I have compatriots and I have questions.
Okay, they can go. I'll pay for everyone. Let's go get pizza.
Later.
Please.
You are a wanted man. Maybe don't go get pizza. I can see how he was manipulated into this situation.
Unfortunately, your face is still a hot topic.
Okay. But the people at the pizza place know me, all right? It'll be great. It'll be fine.
That's even worse.
No, they're my buddies, all right? It's like no one...
No! Psyche bristles when they do that. You are alive because you have some minuscule meaning to me.
Oh,
You
hey.
could be helpful. I am the
I'm
only...
very thankful. I just wanted to treat you to pizza.
Later.
You cannot be serious.
I'm very serious. Listen, I need to eat something fierce. We take me to pizza. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Give me a pizza. You will never see
Just
me.
shove a ration into his mouth.
You know what?
We'll pick up a pizza on the way.
Listen, you don't know about Giovanni's, all right? Giovanni's has the best pizza in Alkenstar.
I've been here for 10 years. I know about Giovanni's.
You know about
Also a
Giovanni's?
pretty dope Pokemon gym.
Yes, I happen to think that they under-garlic their garlic knots.
I think you made an enemy just now.
I don't think we're going to the same Giovanni's.
That's actually what a wonderful way of thinking. Just like, oh, they're wrong. It's they must not be going to the same Giovanni's.
the same place. Anyway, right now, food is not of the
It's
the
so
most
important to
thing.
me right now.
Maybe he's a
Listen,
nervous eater.
When we meet up, we can just get some
Yes.
pizza and meat to get in
Yes, okay. You know what? We're just gonna hang out here. I'm gonna have my friend. She's gonna go get a pizza.
Just go get pizza.
No, we can go there. It's fine.
No,
Listen.
I'm serious. We cannot go out in public right now. You're wanted. I'm wanted. And I just need you to be thinking about anything but pizza. Maybe revenge. Aren't you hungry for revenge too? I need
not really. Honestly, I'm really just hungry for pizza right now. This roleplay has stopped being Rhangyl
And it started being Derek.
Where do we rendezvous
It's so
at?
good to see you guys. Thank you for showing up.
Chester shows up. Man, I got my revenge. I'm hungering for pizza.
Oh, me too. Is this your friend?
What?
Eleanor just pulls off the hat of disguise.
Psyche bristles again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
you're their friend too?
Of course.
We're going to Giovanni's. We're getting...
I can get it
Pizza.
and come back.
Okay, please, I really want to go sit down.
No.
I've been in jail
hardly
all
known.
week.
I'll go get the
Okay.
pizza.
It's been like a whole week since I've had pizza.
Sir, if you go out in public, you will die.
You'll get recaptured.
We could give you pizza
You could go
here
back to jail.
in this workshop and or bar, wherever we are.
Oh, is that where we are?
Where, you said Casawana's
We're in
workshop?
Kasawana's place, yes.
Yes.
Since he's hanging out at the Bright Temple.
That's true. We can give you pizza here, and you can sit down here.
Really wanted
You
to...
can pet a cat.
Yeah, we bring him the cat.
The cat is really nice. He watches, he pets the cat. The little bits of like white, the edges of his hair start to go up a little bit. Man,
he
I could
needs it.
really go
He's
for pizza.
hungry for experiences.
Because he's a gnome.
How did you not completely restore that, surviving being hung?
That is probably a...
It could take time to
wait,
restore
I
his
know.
color.
Hey, you? Why don't you talk to my good friend Sweep Up while I go get us some pizza?
No, I'll go
while
get the
Eleanor
pizza.
go get some pizza. Chester's also wanted.
Yeah, I'm the only one who might not be wanted right now.
Let's get this man some pizza so we can question him.
How much
Eleanor goes to Giovanni.
did you supply to Loveless?
I thought about to say, how much pizza do you want?
I know. I really thought you were going to ask about pizza.
Let's skip ahead till the man has pizza and we can start questioning him, okay?
All right, Eleanor, he
we-
gives you the address for Giovanni's.
No, I've lived in Alkenstar for forever. I know where to find this pizza joint.
It is a different Giovanni's.
I know the right one.
It's actually a couple blocks down from the Steaming Kingdom. You go in there.
We are not role-playing this. We are going back to Psyche and Chester.
Yes,
You
I'm
give
getting
an order,
pizza.
and this big burly,
Oh my...
And I get garlic knots.
this big burly half elf reads your order. Hey, this is for a guy named Rhangyl Foruza. This is my best friend. I thought he was about to die. Drow just left the
I just
room.
get an order as me.
I know, but no one ever asks for anchovies and pineapple on the same thing. There's got to be Rhangyl Foruza, am I right? They give you the pizza. You make it back.
He's done now.
Eleanor curses at him in Elvish and leaves. What if I happen to like the anchovy and pineapple?
Well, there's no one else but the Rhangyl order the
Are they gonna come back?
I think you made an enemy today.
I should have let this man die.
So back to Rhangyl Foruza and Sakir.
Tell him a Geosauce sent you.
You just stop. Chester eats his calzone while we're doing this.
It's very good.
Good.
The garlic knots are decidedly better than the one that you've been to.
You were right. These are better. However, I am an obligate carnivore, and then I throw up.
Now that's a reaction.
Oh, man, this is so good.
I give you all my anchovies.
Thank you guys for rescuing me. Hey, here. And he writes you a slip.
Ooh.
I have some cash. I would love to pay you back for this. This is incredible. I got to get out of town, but if you go take this to the bank down the street, they'll give you 250 gold. This is some of my savings.
Half a mugland?
Give the man a pizza and he suddenly gets very reasonable.
Listen, I just want a pizza.
Information, too.
Oh, man, I don't know why I was... Man, one day you're just doing your job, delivering stuff, and all of a sudden someone's trying to kill you.
Where were you delivering? What were you delivering?
Some
How much?
highfalutin wizard hired me to get these chemicals. It was soda ash, white salt from the spell scar.
Was his name Ebrium?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
Continue.
Where
No.
Kind of a
where
piece
was
of
this
work.
delivered?
I delivered a bunch of these supplies to some cattle yards in Steamhaven and got arrested. I don't know why, because it was just delivering things someone ordered. Just the logistics man.
So he's just a messenger.
I gave them to some cattle rustler.
Dash.
Yeah, Dash. I haven't seen her in a while. She apparently, she has this spot she goes to when she's laying low. If you want to find her or whatever, and if you're like trying to figure out what happened here, I don't know. I was just hired to like deliver stuff. And it was kind of shady. They wanted to keep it on the down low, so that's why I gave it to this cattle rustler. Basically, I was delivering stuff from the city to the cattle rustler. The cattle rustler was taking it elsewhere. And Dash, I know if I couldn't find her at a normal spot, if something happened, she has this other area called the dead spot outside of Alkenstar where she hides where she's laying low. Make a Alkenstar lore or
I
society
have
check.
Alkenstar lore.
Or not society. Underworld lore or Alkenstar lore.
It's finally coming in handy. In Alkenstar.
Underworld lore, you say? Mm-hmm. That's great.
Aw, I rolled a 3. 14.
Do you have a hero point?
Actually, I have a hero point. I'm going to use it.
A 13 plus 15 for 28.
28.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I got a 16, 27.
Both Eleanor and Chester, you know that Dead Spot is, in particular, a really strange area outside Alkenstar. It's about 25 miles, roughly halfway between Alkenstar and the Gunworks. It's a circle of black sand about a mile wide where nothing grows. You also know, with your lore checks, that it's a rumor that if someone dies in the dead spot, you rise as an undead.
Oh.
But yeah, that's what he tells you. It's just like, yeah, some wizard hired us to move.
Ebrium.
Yeah, this Ebrium dude. It was kind of shady. It was like, keep running down low. And I figured if I got arrested by the shield marshals, it'd be like smuggling stuff or whatever. But no, the murder? It's ridiculous. I'm just moving some chemicals from here to wherever their next person is.
They were clearing up their loose ends.
Yeah, you were just working with corrupt police. It's okay.
This is a part. I don't think he's really that important. They were just clearing up loose ends, and he was a loose end. You could have squealed.
I'm so happy. I didn't die. I had some Giovanni's today.
Your life's all up and up, isn't it?
I'm gonna go hide at the Giovanni's. They'll smuggle me out of town.
What are they gonna do? Like put him in a pizza dough?
They got ways. They're gonna bake him into a pizza. So let me get this straight. He took the goods, delivered them to Steamhaven. From Steamhaven, Dash took them supposedly to a place called the Dead Spot. Dash is in the Dead Spot. Maybe didn't take the supplies there.
He took them to Dash in Steamhaven. Basically, he would take these chemicals to a cattle rustler,
cattle rustler,
a cattle yard in Steamhaven, and then Dash was the one he gave them to. And if he couldn't meet Dash where she normally was, he knows Dash personally that she has this hideout in the dead spot.
So in short, we've got 2 places to check out then. We could either check out where he delivered the goods.
And I would imagine if she heard about this guy being hanged, she'd probably put herself on the down low.
Or we can go find Dash herself.
You also know that the shield marshals are looking for Dash and have not been able to find her.
Oh, so she's better at hiding than he was.
So we could probably go find Dash and then check out Steamhaven.
I imagine she'd probably be at her hiding spot, considering that she's smart enough to have not been caught.
Yeah.
I like that she's a she. That's cool. Dash.
Yeah, I just thought about something, Derek. Couldn't Chester make Pyronite now?
Yes.
What level item is Pyronite?
Pyronite? I mean, if you could get the formula out of Gattleby, you could probably make it.
Well, I got the formula from Kasawana.
Oh, it is 11th level item, to be fair.
I mean, that is a fairly high level item.
That just means Chester's not skilled enough to make it yet.
Like, you've been saying Pyronite's not that big. To a -1 regular human creature, a level 11 item is astronomical.
I mean, yeah.
Not to us as adventurers.
But so is a regular fireball.
Yeah,
True.
like a level 3 spell, which is what, level 5 item, quote unquote.
I'm just saying,
anyone can chuck a bomb.
If it's true Pyronite, it didn't hurt Chester that bad.
You shut up.
But yeah, Chester actually, you remember you told us we found notes that like detailed it. I believe we found Kasawana's notes. Which is what Loveless would be using.
When did you find that?
I thought you said we had found something like that, like in a journal or something.
No, I don't think you found his formula.
Okay, I'll go back and look, but maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just misremembering it.
Pyronite, mechanically, if the item is not as good as Pyronite in the story.
Okay.
Pyronite mechanically is 3d6 fire, 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and a 20-foot burst.
That's not bad, honestly. As for a bomb, that's pretty good.
Yeah. For 11th level item, it's exactly balanced.
Oh, it's more than balanced. That's 2 3d6s.
25 miles outside of Alkenstar, right?
The dead spot.
It'll take you a day or 2 to get there.
Can we charter a horseless dirigible?
We gave the mousetrap.
Obviously, they'll take you anywhere.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I mean, if they're in town, but it's also not that far away.
Okay.
That's like a day or 2 by foot. That's like half a day on a dirigible.
Yeah, it's like we're saving multiple
I just want to get back on the dirigible, Derek.
People are trying to nuke Alkenstar. We need to save as much time as we can.
Yeah,
or we could also use that to throw people off. Have them stay low, repel off, or whatever.
Yeah.
And have them continue.
Yeah.
It's an option, but it sounds like you have your next lead.
Yeah, we should go to the bank
find
and get our
Dash.
money and then report to Dunsmith, because that's what we always need to do.
You go ahead and take your 250 gold.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to get the money before his accounts get closed and such.
I think for sake of brevity, you go back to Dunsmith, let her know, got Rhangyl.
Yeah.
He's safe for now. He's got a way out of the town. And then it's like still daytime. You could go ahead and go out to Pilot Square and look for an airship.
Let's get an airship out of here.
If that's really and truly what we want.
No, that sounds great. I love it. That's speed.
I think it's a good idea. Time is of the essence.
This
really.
is Alkenstar. You don't rent horses. You rent an airship.
It is expensive, though. It's like 50.
We just got that money.
I mean, they owe us.
Do they?
No, they don't. I don't know why I thought that. They don't really owe us.
I'm sure that we could, barter a little bit.
But I think what's going to happen is you guys go to Pilot Square. It's the end of the day. You're looking around for your famous second kiss and Farah, and you look around.
And
the second kiss is parked.
Oh, yeah.
In the airship, and that's where we're going to pick up on our next episode.
No, you can't cut off at my part. We're getting back on the airship, guys. Cat's excited.
The horses are back in town.
The horseless dirigible is back.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at thirdgallon, that's THIRD gallon. We are also on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon Podcast. If you'd like to support the show, check out our Ko-fi page. You can find us at ko-fi.com/thirdgallon. That's ko-fi.com/thirdgallon. Our theme music for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios, and you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.